Hello there and welcome to today's SolidWorks video. In today's video, I'm going to show you how you can use the Smart Dimension tool to create equation-driven dimensions. So starting again with just that first dimension created, what I'm going to do is use the Smart Dimension tool here to create a new dimension between here and here. Now, rather than entering a value into this box here, I'm actually going to press the equals sign on the keyboard. And then I'm going to go over here and select that dimension over there. You can see here that this box is now auto-filled with equals and then in quotation marks D1 at sketch 1. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to select all of that text and then use Control C on my keyboard to copy that into memory. And we'll come back to that a little bit later on. The next thing I'm going to do here is going to multiply that dimension by 2. This works a little bit like a spreadsheet, I guess, where you can use one value to drive another value. So I'm going to go ahead now and click the tick, and you'll see there that I have this new dimension which has got that little equation symbol attached to it. That means that dimension is variable based on some other dimension in the sketch. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do this again with the circular dimension. And once again, I'm going to use the equal sign in here, and then I'm going to click on that dimension over there. Now this time, I would like that dimension to be equal to the other one. So I'm not going to apply any equation to it. I'm just going to click the tick. Now, I'm going to go ahead and use the Trim Entities tool to complete the shape that I want to extrude. Now that I've used the Power Trim tool to complete this sketch shape, you'll see that the circular part of this sketch has become a blue line, which means it's now under constrained. In order to complete this, I want to constrain that back into the sketch. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this small dot in the center, and then I'm going to hold the Shift key on my keyboard, and I'm going to click on the small dot in the center of the line up the top there. Over here in the Add Relations box, I'm going to just click on the vertical relation there, and that will add a relationship between the center line here and the center of that circle. Now to make this center of this circle relate directly to this line, I'm going to click the center of the circle. I'm going to hold the Shift key and click this dot here, and I'm going to hold the Shift key and click this vertex here. Now I can go ahead and once again those selected entities are here in the window, and I can click horizontal to add a constraint. You'll see now that my sketch is all black in lines, which means it's fully defined. Now what I'm going to do is go over here and I'm going to click on the features and extrude boss base. Now typically we would enter a dimension in here. This time what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that variable that we saved in our memory now, and I'm just going to click Control and V to paste that in there. You'll see here I have the equal sign, and then I have in inverted commas the D1 at sketch 1. All I need to do is click the divide by sign and then 2. And this is going to formulate the height of the extrude based on D1 sketch 1 divided by 2. I'll click the tick here and again, and you'll see my model is complete. Now that I've done that, I'm just going to go around and select all of these corners, and I'm going to create fillets on all of those. I've just used a standard 10mm fillet. Now what I'd like to demonstrate is how I can rebuild this entire model just by editing one dimension in the sketch. So if I go over here and click on Sketch, you'll see I've got this little option here to edit the sketch. And just to make this a lot more obvious, I'm going to click the Edit Sketch. This time I'm going to change that dimension to a smaller number. It was initially 60, I'm going to change it to 40. Click the Exit Sketch sign over here, and now that it's been rebuilt, you'll see those fillets appearing as a much larger item. You do have to be careful with this, because if you change your dimension to a point where these fillets couldn't be calculated anymore, you can break your part later on. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed that. See you next time.